That made me laugh. Hi guys, welcome to the Unpopular Opinion. I'm Kemi.
Claire.
Prim.
And we're real.
Raw.
And we're saying it all. This week's episode of The Unpopular Opinion was shot at Protea Skies Hotel. Guys, last time we did, a while ago we did an episode, an Asking for a Friend episode. You guys seem to enjoy that, so we thought,
Part 2.
Another one. So once again, here we are with your questions, whether they're for you or for a friend. No one is judging. I'm going to dive right in. Okay. This one says, my friend, in brackets male, is 28, a virgin, and has never dated. How do they start? They are shy. Friend.
We don't know. We're women. We don't know.
Maybe they're asking for, like, how would you want to be pursued, or
Okay.
how, like, you guys on the receiving end
Confidently.
and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing that I can tell him. That first of all, I feel like this is something that we probably never tell ourselves, but like, he needs to know that there will be some rejections along the way.
Yeah.
But those do not define him. They don't define him as probably unlovable or unwanted or unworthy.
Yeah.
He's like amazing and stuff, but also he let me tell you something that I know
Everyone is amazing.
Everyone is amazing. Everyone is
Really are
amazing.
not.
But Mama, one thing I can tell you that we really get attracted to is grooming. So I really hope that as you're preparing to approach people, the world is very vain. Let's not even sit here and sugarcoat it. The world is vain. Humans are vain. You'll find that people will be your friends because of certain things. People will be attracted to you because of certain things. So you can polish it up, like read, so that you have information when you finally go on dates and you have things to talk about, right? Have your own passions and things you can share about yourself. Then brush your teeth, iron your clothes. It doesn't, if they have a hole, just stitch it up. Present yourself like that. Yeah.
Just be kind also. Yeah. Just be kind.
We might not give you the real tricks of when you see
this.
a chick you wink. We don't know those ones. So for us, what we are going to give you is the things that we like.
Yeah, like a first impression type of thing. Be kind.
Yeah.
I don't know, a kind person who speaks to people nicely, whether it's the help or.
And don't let the fact that you have never had sex before, don't let people are going to try to stomp on it. Even women, by the way, there's a way some women, especially the older you get, you're like newbie.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you down.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. Everyone makes their choices for some reason. Maybe it's not a choice.
Yeah. Also,
maybe it has just turned out. Yeah.
Because we like Bayai.
Abahidi
Just wear your cape backwards as you approach, and then do like a whole
sup.
Oh, God. That kasap. Ew.
What? What's
With
wrong with your
eye.
mouth?
One eye is decent closed.
What
Another
is wrong with your mouth?
You were taking away from people who actually have lazy eyes. Like, I have a lazy eye. Like, what do you expect me and Forrest Whitaker to do? We will have lazy eyes. And there you are, just like half winking, half not winking.
So yeah, just brush up on yourself.
That's true.
And I think you have to challenge yourself as well.
Yeah.
Being shy, I understand, is a thing, but you have to give yourself challenge yourself to step out, make a friend, make a female friend or two, and then
you can even just start talking to people like their friends, and then one day you're like, oh, by the way, as you were talking, I felt molecules come in, and I liked you.
Okay,
let's move on. So this girl says, what basic starter equipment, tools, extra skills must one have when starting their content creator journeys? Personally, I have content and I know how I want it to be, but I'm confused on the tools and resources. So I think when you're starting out, everything feels overwhelming. You have everything you need to start.
That's your phone that you're using to type this question, and your brain and your creativity.
The idea you have, that is the idea. Now, it might not be, the execution of it might look a bit different in the beginning, but we all started from somewhere. Scroll down. Just challenge yourself and scroll down on all our pages and see where we started from. You grow. You do not. Yes, you did. You should see where we all started from.
Since our first stories in Mombasa, I'll never forget those ones. How I could look into the camera.
I had them like on a...
You don't. They were all on Instagram. Huh? Anyway, so what you have is what you need. You don't need anything more than your phone and the ideas in your head. Try as much as possible. Whatever comes out, post it. Because that ability to start messy is what is going to get you to your one day, oh my God, this is amazing content day. You know, I mean, even us, we've been in the game for a bit, but I still haven't yet gotten that, oh my God, this is amazing. I still have so many aspirations for, but I use what I have today. So if you have a phone, and even if you don't have a phone, you have a friend that has a phone, or a sister, or someone who has a phone, you can save for a phone while you are doing, but just start with whatever you have.
And just invest away in the school of YouTube. Time. Invest some time in YouTube. I'm not going to say get a fancy course. There are plenty of fancy courses which are very helpful. But before you have all those resources, just go on YouTube and see how to use a phone to create quality content. Put it in the exact phone you have, and you'll be shocked to see
all the information.
Little ways how you can create content that's actually quite good without a whole lot of money, equipment, resources, nini. So shoot your shot, sis. Just go and do the thing. Another question I have here is, how do I tell someone I don't like them anymore?
Just tell them. Just tell them. Rip up the Band-Aid.
Like sit down with them, right? And I think I totally, by the way, understand where this person is coming from.
Yeah, I understand.
It's okay.
It can be a bit hard also to communicate.
It's okay, yeah.
Me, I would rather, you guys, I don't like people who tiptoe around me and just say, you see, just rip up the Band-Aid and move on.
That's your personality.
No, I get what I mean. I get what you mean.
Let me just tell you what I'm saying.
So depending on the personality, because for me, if you took like a week to drag out something you could do in a second, why are you wasting both our times? You get, like, I've spent an entire week thinking about you. Do you know what I mean? That's how I think about it.
Because sometimes you always have to tell them. And no, I'm just wondering, like, sometimes it's not, is it serving a purpose?
If he likes you and you've been having
I feel like
it's a relationship.
That's the thing. She didn't give us nuance, but for me, I feel remember the person already knows.
Yeah. I feel like I've had a relation. I think I've had a relationship like that where I've reached a friendship where I feel like I've talked enough. And now I understand that I just have to be with this person when I have to.
Yeah, so you just kind of easily grow apart.
Yeah, like
it's not, I don't think
when I have to, I'll be there. But when I don't have to,
you won't.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't think it's always that let's sit down and have a whole conversation.
No, but if they've been liking each other, is it a friend?
Actually, I don't know. Me in my head, when the way they asked it, I felt like it's a friend. But now that you say it,
I also thought it was friend.
If it's a friend,
because I think friends.
It depends.
If we don't like each other.
But then there's also that whole. I feel like. But even we have been debating on having this conversation, right? And when it's with a friend, I've been debating, and this is where my approach to this like friend, it's like I need to sit them down and tell them I feel like I have tried, and I don't think that I'm going to be the person that changes you, or you probably don't even need to change. But in my opinion, for me, this is how I see it, and I've been like, do I have this conversation or remote? Or I'm also asking myself like, but are you going to make sure that every friend of yours gets along with you and you go along with them until the end of the world? No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I also don't think it may not be unnecessary. If it's a friend, it may not be a super necessary conversation to have. I feel like you organically when you no longer
unless she likes you. Like that's strict. Like if the person likes you.
And I know that maybe the other person will have to deal with rejection.
You get that's tricky. That's tricky.
If it's a relationship, there are times that people choose. There are times you don't like the person, and you wait it out to see, is it like a phase? Will it go away? Will it? But I feel like it's a good thing for us to actually let people go so that they.
Yeah.
When we have the conversation, you guys, it closes any. Any gaps of the other person wondering what maybe life no, it closes that gap of leaving the other person wondering. I feel like, and I wish we'll give closure to people like that. You understand?
And
it depends.
For friendships, you guys, let us give the same energy.
Anyway, I've never had a friendship where I've had to actually tell someone.
What sort of friendship is it? Is it the one?
Anyway,
so which is why I don't think it's a friendship.
Context, because even a friendship.
I think it's
even
a
with
relationship.
friendships, it's just something like, oh, I feel like we've gone apart. Lately, you make this is how I feel. This is how you make me feel, and there are times you have conversations and there are two outcomes. There are times, most times you come to find solutions or feel like you could adjust a bit for me here and there. But then I feel like lately there are times I'll have conversations and I've come to finish it of, I don't expect you to change. I am not even asking you to, but I am just me as me, removing myself
from the situation.
I can see how that makes sense.
Like I'll not be hurt by you.
I've never had to munange, so I can't. Yeah. I don't know. I've never had to. Do you have another question?
Yes, I do. So, tell us how to build confidence in your brand dealing with self-doubt.
Why just follow Claire? For all notes on that topic.
I deal with self-doubt all the time. I just don't trust it. I don't trust my self-doubt. I feel like self-doubt is the voice of the devil.
Amen.
And I don't listen to the devil. Yeah. That is...
Sometimes tell yourself logic, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, the saddest thing is, have you ever like said things out loud? Of, like there's a time you would be talking to someone, and they're like this and that and that, and you're like, but also that's not the reality. That's what you have created in your head. The reality is this and that and that. And you realize that it's not such a bad thing. Like the reality is not such a bad thing.
But in your head,
it seems crazy.
Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, what's the worst that could happen? Yeah.
So you fail.
Because that self-doubt is going to be like you're not good for it. You are not good enough.
Yeah.
Try. Just dare it. You get like take it. For me, I always take it as if this voice is daring me. Like watch me. Do you understand? And it's because it's your own voice. You're your own biggest critic. So just you have to practice. It takes practice, by the way. I wasn't always such, and I feel self-doubt every single day. Every single day.
That's really good that you said that, because I feel like there's no pinnacle of now I am the most confident ever and I no longer need help. There's no such thing.
No, there
all of us keep on working through those things. It's like imposter syndrome. It's not that it ever goes away now, it has gone forever. You have to make friends with your imposter syndrome and be like, oh, so you're here now. You know what? I'm going to need some time. So take a seat over there while I do this thing which I need to do. So there's no, now you've arrived. Another
thing I often say is your self-doubt can sometimes be telling you something. So take, for example, if I said I can, become, let's say, Michelle Obama, something I've talked about, do I have the skills to become Michelle Obama? I can. Anyone can become like Michelle Obama. But do you have the skills? In which case, what steps can you take? Counter your self-doubt. So your self-doubt is actually a compass in a way. Like if you feel you're not good enough, how can I become better? Good enough? Yes, better. What can I do to learn to be able? Because a lot of people like building a brand. She was not born Prim. She was not born. I was not born be your own boss babe. And actually the day before I started Be Your Own Boss Babe, even when I started Be Your Own Boss Babe for the first year, you get, while I bought a course that taught me a lot of the things that I needed to learn in order to become, and over time I have felt like I've fed myself, I've taught myself, I have invested time and money in learning. So if you are struggling with self-doubt, it could be like, okay, put the brakes on and think, what can I do to become what I need to become in order to achieve what I need to achieve?
Claire has said it.
Your turn.
Okay, so this one says, would you date a guy with kids?
Yeah.
And it feels like it's a yes or no question. Okay, I'm not saying that, everything is so easy. And wow, of course it's daunting. It's scary. You have so many questions. You think, okay, how will I bring myself?
Of a man who wanted me to be a stepmother to his kids. There I was in Essex back at 18. And his firstborn was about 26. He's like, yes, Ali mugenda to campus. We can even go together. No, like
to take her to campus.
Tumtwale ku campus. Bana mu banga agenda kolanga masters. So there I was. There I was.
With your 18 years of age.
With your stepkid that is 26.
With your 18 years. That's me.
But you know, that's something for me. I never really cared about the.
I also wouldn't mind
being with a man that has kids.
I wouldn't mind, although there is a bit of nuance, obviously.
Yes,
there's a lot of nuance to this.
It's nothing but just be there and you're like, yes, there's a lot of us. Yes.
Kids from like 5 different people. What does that say about us?
Questionable.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing
my
to all
opinion?
these different
You're
people?
like, am I
that
going
makes
to
me
be the
feel like
sixth?
I'll be the savior, the one that changes you.
Yeah.
So it really, I think it depends on many factors, but like generally, I think what we're all saying is not for us.
It's not
not
It's not a
to be like,
factor.
I am now. I cannot
No,
be with you
yeah.
or what. Although when I was younger,
Can never
could
be
you
me.
even show me
Can
such
never
a
be
situation?
me.
I'd be like, excuse me. No, me.
Yeah.
I should grow up.
You grow up. You grow up. I
That's
think.
the last of my questions. Do you have another one?
Yes. Balancing financial wokeness. Now I don't know what that is. And spending on yourself, doing stuff.
I do get what they're
that
saying.
makes you
You
whole
pass
and
on. You
happy.
called us out. Yeah.
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that I figured it out myself.
I don't think I have
I'm
either.
figuring it out.
You try.
Because, of course, everyone is trying to find that balance of I'm responsible with my money, I'm investing, I'm this and this, but I also want to be able to, I don't know, enjoy myself, I guess, be able to take a trip. And
Who asked that question? Let me see.
Those types of things.
So
I feel
balancing financial wokeness and spending on yourself, doing stuff
That makes you whole and happy. I think it brings us to this question of the wokeness of self-care, of like where does it end? You know, like people were like, just like, there's been that question for like asked lately, like where does it end? Are you going to spend yourself into brokenness
self-care
in the name of self-care?
So, and I was thinking about it the other day, and you're like, we compromise on comfort. I've compromised on a lot of comfort, especially this year. Like that car light, there's a car light in my living room that annoys me. It is just one light, just the bulb. It doesn't have any extra anything.
Like a fitting.
And yes. And when I talked about it on Instagram, people were like, oh, but you can get options for 70K. That 70,000 can do something for that is a little bit more. Do you understand?
Something.
Yeah, that's 70,000. That's like a wax. Sometimes I'd be like, okay, should I go for a wax or should I just get hair remover, and do it myself? Because a wax is what, 100K, and then I'm going to drive there. That's another 30K. Then drive back. That's okay, 150K. But am I going to just go to town and just go for a wax 1 minute? And you get the spend I do when I come to town. It's like 200,000. I'm like, that 200,000 could do something different. You get, and I'm in that space where I'm doing something different. I am compromising on a lot of my comfort. You will see my feet are not scrubbed because I'm thinking, 50,000, but I also don't want to go to the place where it's 20K because fungus, so I'm compromising a lot. My hair, you guys have seen my situation sometimes, and you're okay. So you get what I mean. I find a way of keeping it kempt and keeping myself hygienic and together and put together. But if you take apart everything, you're like, what the hell is going on here? But because I don't make yet enough money to go around, to do the luxuries. I can plan a luxury, but these days, I love shoes. I shall spend 70,000 on shoes. They make me happy. I love it when I wear an outfit and the shoes just fit. Does that make sense? So it's...
I think also the problem is how we are defining self-love. First of all, I feel like it's so personal to each person.
Yeah.
Some people are not interested in going to the spa.
Exactly.
Or, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. Like for me, lately, self-love for me. Self-love is waking up very early in the morning at 5. And I have that time to meditate. And I have time for like quiet time with God before anyone else wakes up in the house, and it's just
no disturbing.
Because now I'm house sitting, so I'm just there by myself. It's still quiet. I go and I go and work out for my 15 minutes in the morning. Like when everything is quiet and I quiet my mind, I go and then after showering and everything, I first look at my emails before, you know, I have this thing of let me work before 8
Before
a.m.
when you're still,
I've cleared
your to-do.
Because me, I found that those things manage my anxiety.
They do.
That's self-love. You know what triggers your mind.
I actually should have talked. I think the time we talked about what does life look like for you, these are things we should have talked about. I think when you talk about, for me, I'm not even calling it self-love or anything, but I enjoy just cleaning my home.
You do?
Yeah.
I enjoy just cleaning my home. It's therapeutic. I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy, you guys, there's a time I used to get a thrill from living life here, there, come, go, but now I actually enjoy the calm, like, but I'm also enjoying my relationship now, because like, I am, like, recently, like, my partner went back to school, and I was recently asking him, why did you choose this course of all? And it's like I'd never met this person. Like, he talked about his dreams, and I'm like, how selfish have I been that I never asked him
what he really
about
wants,
what he really wants, about his dreams. And okay, after doing this, do you want to okay, like, where do you want this, where do you see yourself, how do I fit into this equation? And you know what's funny is that before he went back to school, he came to ask for my permission, like, can I go back to school? And he recently told me that I asked for your permission. I'm like, he's like, no, we had it. You were standing there and I asked you because it affects you.
Yeah.
Me going back to school affects you, and I asked for your permission. And you told me, yeah, it's okay. He's like, that's only then did I pick up admission forms after you had said that it's okay. But I remember, I feel like on that day I was in the mirror highlighting my eyebrow. And I'm like, yeah. So when I get it, because he kept telling me, Mom, orientation is this Saturday, what, and I realized when I say I'm enjoying my relationship, it's because I've not been listening. I've been doing the whole passive, I'm on phone, okay. Because there are conversations we are now repeating that are important. And it's like, I had this conversation with you. And for me, I was not present. I was not there. But he's like, you were there. He's like, the day I went to, and I realized the time he was supposed to pick his forms, I kept saying, Kumbe, so on Saturday, can we do this? He's like, but I told you I have orientation. Again, let's do this. I have orientation. So now, even now as we are shooting, I cannot wait to go home and actually ask him, how was your day? How is class? How is school? But also, I like to take care of him. Like, how can I enjoy it? Like, how can I love you? Like, what can I, like, how am I easing your life and my life? And it's like that. I am really enjoying that relationship like that now. Like yeah, we are in that now cafes of and it has come at a point where I actually just want to go home. It feels like I want to go home, like just really be home. And
that's really nice. I think that question has taken us in another direction, but I love it. I love because I feel like self-love, sometimes we're reducing it to maybe what one or two people's idea is. All those things are nice, hair, nails, we all love those things, but it's not necessarily,
that's not how you, every season is different.
Creating time. For me, it's in creating time. Having time to be present in the things that I want. Like meet people, place my phone down, and I actually listen to you. And I go away knowing how you actually feel in that moment, what you've been going through and everything, instead of us pretending to chat and then taking a photo after that and saying, oh, we were here. Lately, I don't even like to do that. Like, I don't like to meet my personal friends and then there's a photo taken. Like,
I've actually noticed you on your phone less when we meet.
Like,
you used to be on your phone.
I used to be on my phone a lot, but now I want to put it down so that when I go away, I don't even care about the photos. I want to really be like
in present.
Yeah, when I call you, I want to catch up on, okay, how is this? How has it improved? How has it changed? That kind of thing.
Maybe
I think just very quickly, I think when you've talked about that, for mine looks like just discipline, delayed gratification. You get like that bulb irritates me, yes, but you know, I know what I'm.
Like, let me plan for it.
Yes, let me not even plan for it. It's not nowhere in my plans. For me, it looks like discipline, just delayed gratification, because I know I don't want to spend that 70K because my light that I want is probably going to be like 700,000. You get what I mean? So I've stopped paying for that in the meantime. I'm not paying for seat fillers anymore.
Amen.
You get, in my life, I'm not paying for any more seat fillers. If I'm buying something, if I'm going to buy the final thing, I'm not saving for it at the moment because I have something else that I would prefer to channel channel my money onto.
I'm doing that for the house.
You know?
Each time I'm like, I wanted to change our bathroom, annoys me that you shower and the water is all over the place. So I was actually thinking of putting a divider or something like that. But then I was like, no. Your house is looking at you, like thinking, are you a joke?
Am I a joke to you?
Like now lately, like when it comes to, like, I think I'm done with whatever I have to add in the living room and stuff. Yeah. But like most times now lately, everything that I think of, I'm like, I need this, but I'm like, why don't you just go and put that in your own house? Your house is in Seguku staring at you like, are we a joke? Yeah. But also because you're not going to live in this house that I'm trying to custom make.
Pressure. I look at you in your house on the weekend. I look
whatever
at you
I did then, honestly, whatever I did then was enough. But now I'm not adding anything to. And that's the thing. It makes me feel so good. Nice. It makes me. I love coming back home to eat. But also, I'm not going to foolishly keep spending on it. Yet I have a permanent home somewhere that I could be adjusting to come forth so that we can stop paying rent. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's a question you guys can also ask yourself. What does self-love look like for you in this season? But we're going to close the episode on that note. Thank you for joining us as always. Subscribe, comment, share. Like, but seriously, guys, subscribe and share. and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.